The easiest way to find run-ons in your writing is to use the find function in your word processing program. I'm in Microsoft Word here, and I'm going to go up into the menu and look under Edit and select Find. I can also hit Command F, and it opens up this Find and Replace window. The first thing we want to look for when we look for run-ons is whenever you use a comma. Commas are often indicators of run-on sentences. So I type in a comma for into the window for the find. Microsoft Word has this interesting function. It says highlight all items found in main document. So you can highlight all the commas found in your whole essay and then click on find all, and you can see that it's found every single comma that I've used in this essay. Now I can just go through and look at the different commas and see if they are causing a run-on. These two commas here are used to separate a list, so those are fine. But if I get to this sentence, although I was extremely happy to get an extra card in the mail, comma, I was a bit offended that the actual thanks was not handwritten. So that's fine. This comma is actually setting off an introductory statement. When we cut down to this comma, we have become such a computer literate society, comma, however, comma, some things need to be handwritten. This is actually a run-on sentence. We have become such a computer literate society. That's a complete sentence. Some things need to be handwritten. That's another complete sentence. You cannot combine those two with just a comma. Actually, a really good way to combine these independent clauses would be a semicolon here. So I just fixed one independent clause. I have to go back, since I changed something, I have to go back and do the find all commas to light up the commas again. When dealing with close friends and lovers, comma, I say personalize it with your own one-of-a-kind handwriting. That's fine because that's an introductory clause. Sealed with a kiss used to be literally sealed with an actual kiss, but nowadays, comma, sealed with a kiss is about as intimate as laughing out loud. It's contagious. That comma is setting apart nowadays, so that's fine. So you do a simple comma check and make sure that you have no run-on sentences there. Now, since we know those commas are correct, we want to look for coordinating conjunctions. The most common being and. So I'm going to type in and it's going to highlight all the ands in the essay. I just got a thank you card in the mail today, and the funny thing was that the actual thank you was typed, printed, and pasted into the thank you card. Okay, so here we have an and separating two independent clauses. I just got a thank you mail in the card today. That's an independent clause. It can stand on its own. The funny thing was the actual thank you was typed, printed, and pasted into the thank you card. That's another independent clause. You cannot combine these two independent clauses with just a coordinating conjunction. You need to have a comma and a coordinating conjunction. So now, I just got a thank you card in the mail today, comma, and the funny thing was the actual thank you was typed, printed, and pasted onto the thank you card. So now that is a complete sentence. It's a compound sentence. Here's and, which is in handwritten. Here's another and. Imagine if you got a love letter that was cut and pasted into paper. So that's combining cut and pasted, so that's fine. What if someone cut and pasted? Okay, that's fine. The and here is in handwriting. I remember getting a love letter with perfume and lipstick kisses. So here, this is the and is combining perfume and kisses. So now all our ands are correct. So we're going to look at but and do the same thing. We'll do a find all for but. We have one but down here. Sealed with a kiss used to be literally sealed with an actual kiss, but nowadays sealed with a kiss is about as intimate as laughing out loud is contagious. So now we have independent clause, coordinating conjunction. Once again, we have to put a comma here. And then you'd want to go through your whole essay and check all 7 coordinating conjunctions. So we'll check or, there's no ors there. Nor, there's no nors there. And, or, it, and. So do the fanboys. For, there's no fors there. And, nor, but, or, yet. no yet's there, and so. So we're going to look at the so's. I was a bit offended that the actual thanks was not handwritten, so I was detracted from the thanks that was given. So here we have, I was a bit offended that the actual thanks was not handwritten. That's a complete sentence. I was detracted from the thanks that was given. That's a complete sentence. So we cannot combine these, which is so. We need a comma, so. And we'll look for the so's again. Society, some things, personalize it, someone, personalized, so everything else is correct. The last thing we want to look for to find run-on sentences that often indicates run-on sentences is conjunctive adverbs. However being the most common. So we're going to look for however, and we have become such a computer literate society, however some things need to be handwritten. Remember, before this was our run-on sentence, but we already changed it. We put the semicolon there, so now we're correct. Some other conjunctive adverbs that are often associated with run-ons are therefore, which we don't have in this essay, thus, which we don't have in this essay. So, or moreover, it just depends which conjunctive adverbs you like to use. A lot of students like to use however, and they often combine two independent clauses incorrectly using however. So that's the most common one. Now that we've tracked commas, we've tracked the 7 coordinate conjunctions, and we've tracked some conjunctive adverbs that we like to use, we've found 3 or 4 run-on sentences that were in this document. The better you get at this, the more sense you will have of what you need to track. Some of you, whenever you use the coordinate conjunction and, you do run-ons. Some of you, whenever you use however, you do run-ons. So you'll get a sense when you start using this find function of what you really need to look for. And pretty soon you won't have to do this, because instinctually whenever you use however, you'll check and make sure that it's you're combining independent clauses correctly.